Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is David Schlotthauer here, your weather enthusiast, and we are keeping an eye on Winter Storm Olive. It's really causing a lot of problems, not just back west, but also across the Four Corners, also the Northern Plains into the Great Lakes, and the Northeast. There's a lot to digest in this live stream. We're also going to be looking at Sunday. We're talking about a severe weather outbreak that could be also a really big problem. I mean, a severe weather outbreak, including maybe tornadoes, damaging winds, and of course, some pretty big hail too. And that does extend all the way from Kansas into Oklahoma and northern Texas. But in the meantime, we're going to be looking at our weather alerts right now because, I mean, you don't get any colorful than this. I think this is very widespread. Yesterday was a lot worse because it was all across the Intermountain West, the west coast of California, and the desert Southwest. Some of that has been kind of just stretched thin here over the Great Lakes and the Northern Plains. Not to mention the Northeast here. Let me actually get my my mouse cursor here and make that a little bigger so that way people can see what I'm pointing at. I'm doing something different here as far as my cursor goes. So when we take a look here, we got winter storm warnings for northern New York, northern New Hampshire, Vermont, and southern Maine. That's important, but what's more important is this purple area. We're talking ice storm warnings. Detroit is without power. There's numerous power outages down there already because of how much ice that Olive has dropped. Also to the north, we're talking snow, we're talking sleet, and some wintry freezing rain in the mix with that too in northern Michigan. So really getting hit hard here. And this goes all the way to Iowa, northern Illinois, and southern Wisconsin. But not only that, look at the red colors. That is a blizzard warning. You're used to that already. You've had already many of them so far this winter in the Minnesota and the Dakotas region. Okay, so a very windy storm. We're talking much colder temperatures that are whipping that snow all about. We're also talking about fire weather danger in western Texas, along with high wind warnings. So some big time winds with this winter storm, or with this overall powerful storm system that is ejecting off of the Four Corners tonight into the high plains early tomorrow morning. We got wind advisories in southern Indiana, the Ohio area, in say Alabama, getting quite a bit of strong winds with this. But what you don't see on this map that might be hard to make out is what's going on across my region. Yeah, my region in California. There's a lot going on. Okay, let me, if this is gonna actually load. Okay, there we go. This is gonna load. We got winter storm warnings. Okay, I want to make that clear here. We got winter storm warnings for the Central Valley. That is sea level. That is almost sea level, only a couple of 100 feet above the surface, but it won't matter. It's the valley. Look at these winter storm warnings. These pink colors, common in the mountains. We see that all the time with nearly every winter storm that we get. But what you don't see here is the progression, the expansive of how much pink you see on the screen. And that goes in the Santa Cruz Mountains, the San Luis Range, including for the Big Sur coastline. We got winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, and yes, we do even got blizzard warnings along the Sierra Crest here, say from Bear Valley to the south there, Bear Mountain there in Southern California under a winter storm warning and blizzard warning. Tehachapi really getting hit very hard. Will get hit hard with this upcoming storm system tomorrow into Saturday. Not only that, we got flood warnings, flood watches, not flood warnings, excuse me there, flood watches for Southern California. So talk about a system, and this is one testimony of that. A lot going on down here in Southern California, and of course, a lot going on up here in our neck of the woods. Strong winds, damaging winds expected tomorrow night. We're talking snow, we're talking heavy rainfall and thunderstorms that are anticipated. But what's more interesting enough, there's only winter storm watches over Lake Tahoe. So you can consider us as being in Lake Tahoe because we are going to take their snow away in a sense because we're under a winter storm warning. You don't see that. You never see that at the surface. So very, 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 very active weather across California and southern portion there of Nevada. Now, of course, for the Four Corners, we talked about this. Blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories. Yes, the whole 9 yards. It's all going on right now. Part of that weather system as it really gets spinning and it gets pretty significant. Okay, and so we're going to see how this all evolves throughout the stream, but I think we're pretty much set in stone here. Maybe some of these watches up here in southern Nevada could get upgraded to warnings eventually, but it won't matter here. Very historically speaking, getting some snow down here to the surface. Yes, that's sea level. Sea level snow, we call it here in California. Okay, so I wanted to show you all, I just wanted to show you all the radar right now going on across the nation because we got a lot of active weather. We're going to start back west first. Let me make sure my mouse is actually going to be big this time because it's not big. So let me fix that so you all can see the mouse. Okay, there we go. You can see my yellow hand here. So, of course, Eureka, in Northern California, we are seeing some scattered snow showers. Yeah, Eureka, some portions along the coast there getting some snow. You don't see that. You don't see that very often. It's always in the mountains. We're also getting snow down here in, say, near Santa Cruz in the Bay Area. Some of the higher elevations here, 33 degrees. You're getting snow, maybe a wet snow, but it's snow and you're not used to it. All right, for the foothills of this year, it is definitely snowing. Placerville, Pollock Pines right now. You're getting snow in Columbia, in Big Oak Flat, in Greenlee Hill, getting light to moderate snowfall at this time. We have had some strong thunderstorms popping up over Fresno and Clovis earlier. We still have some lightning strikes going over Selma, part of a low top supercell, or a low top thunderstorm, we should say. Temperatures there 42 degrees. Right now, 37 degrees right now, just north of Fresno. Like, look at this. Some cold outflow winds here, part of this storm. Just showing you, we got a lot of cold air momentum transfer to the surface. And so that's what's going on. You go up the hill a little bit, you get some light to more moderate snowfall that comes down. So Elder Springs, Meadow Lakes, if you're in New Aubrey, it's snowing pretty good there right now. And these snow levels right now, we can estimate probably down to about 1,000 feet. And that is going to probably drop even a little more tonight, possibly getting down to about 500 feet. And then Southern California, you're getting a little bit of snowfall right now. And yes, some of these areas here in Fatana, in, say, Rancho Cucamonga, you're seeing temperatures right now at this hour 42 degrees. So it is definitely cold in Southern California standards. Now, that's where the storms are going on. But down here, it's not as cold. Temperatures now there in the upper 40s to low 50s. Now let's drag the map over and let's take a look at the northern plains because this is where it is all going down. Okay, we are seeing temperatures right now -5 to -10 degrees. We're going to start south here in portions there of Syracuse, in portion there of Kansas. You're seeing a little bit of snow to your north. Let's go further north here along I-76. -2 degrees, a little bit of snow falling down at this point. Why is there a weather station that says -40? I don't understand that. You better fix your weather station. Whoever you are, you got to fix that. All right, so going further north here, Rapid City, -7, -10 degrees, even -13. Pretty cold there, and it is definitely snowing in South Dakota. Look at the winds here. Definitely some blizzard-like conditions. Gusts up to 29 and 40 miles an hour. with some light to moderate snowfall coming down right now all across much of South Dakota. You go further east into St. Paul, Minnesota. It is currently 20 degrees, not as cold there, but cold enough for snow, down into the upper teens to lower 20s with snow coming down. And then let's go over here to Wisconsin. That's where we're seeing periods of more heavier snowfall, more kind of more clumpiness to the snow showers going on. We're not seeing more shieldiness. We're seeing more kind of clutteriness to that taking place. So gusts are up to 48 on that storm, that patch of heavier snowfall. So maybe some blizzard conditions and locally reduced visibilities. And if you are across Milwaukee and to the north, temperatures right now in the mid 20s thanks to the lake effect. Warmer temperatures, the modification to that cold Arctic air, but still getting gusts up to 38 miles an hour, and it's still cold enough for snow. Look at this. We're seeing some freezing rain and sleet if you are in Oak Creek, south of Milwaukee. If you're in Waukesha, you're in the wintry mix category there of seeing some freezing rain, some sleet, maybe some rain at times. So it's kind of all over the place. A lot of a heavier wintry mix going on. And then if you're in Grand Rapids in Michigan, if you are in, say, Detroit, that's where you are seeing more of the freezing rain. And that's where we have had a lot of numerous power outages take place because it's been very consistent. It's been persistent. And down here in Hillsdale, it's 32 degrees, and that is some pretty intense, heavy freezing rain coming down. So that is going to lead to more quick power outages and some very dangerous road travel conditions. You really need to watch your speeds, folks, if you are in this area, because roads are very treacherous, very dangerous right now. In Buffalo, we're also seeing some freezing rain taking place. Temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s, and you're probably wondering, well, we have temperatures 27 degrees to the north here in Ridgeway. Why is it not freezing rain? Well, because the temperature profile aloft. Snow is basically when the whole temperatures are below freezing from the surface all the way up into the atmosphere. And freezing rain and sleet is when you have warmer temperatures aloft, usually above freezing, and the surface is sub-freezing. And so when you get that, you get freezing rain. And that's what's going on in Buffalo. And then, of course, in Syracuse, New York, Albany, New York, it is snowing pretty good here. Look at this. We're seeing a pretty intense band of moderate to heavy snowfall. And to the south here, it is mainly in the form of freezing rain and some sleet. All right. This includes, Lancaster down there to the south, 37 degrees in Reading, Pennsylvania. So no precipitation there, just a little nippy and cold otherwise. But to the north here, it's a little colder, and that's where you're getting the snow in the form of precipitation. And then, of course, going out towards Boston, it is snowing already, and that will be the trend. Actually, it is a wet snow, very wet, because it is 36 degrees in some areas, and it is snowing. If not, it is a very, very cold rain, kind of in the transition phase of becoming snow soon. Portland, in Washington and Oregon, it is snowing right now there. So it is cold and it is nippy because we are seeing gusts between 10 and 15 miles an hour. So where a lot of the cold Arctic air is right now in southern Canada and northern portion of the United States. I mean, this goes all the way back from the Northeast into the Great Lakes and also into Minnesota. That's where we are seeing, again, this huge fetch of moisture. And yeah, a lot of this has to continue going through. So if you're in Michigan, you're going to have snow all night and possibly into the midday hours tomorrow. So yeah, you're not going anywhere because there's going to be a lot of problems if you do. There's going to be a lot of road closures, power outages, fallen trees because of all the ice, that sort of stuff. Now, interesting enough, let's go down into Texas here. Pretty crazy temperatures, right? You're in San Antonio, in Austin, you're like, woo, this is nice. It's 71 degrees. It's not bad. Where's the cold air? You're probably asking, well, it's way to your north. You can thank the warm air, kind of the warm air advection around that deep layer ridge to your east, helping to advect that warmer air northward. But look at it doesn't last very long. Look at some of these areas. Look at this. In Fritsch, southwesterly winds, 24 miles an hour. You don't go very far in Borger. It is currently 42 degrees. That is a 20-degree temperature swing in a matter of just 5 or 10 miles. Stinnett, 38 degrees right now. You go further north, it's 32 degrees. So big time stationary front right here. Very sharp. And it is well indicated on our RTMA data. Let me bring that up. Let me see if I can do that. You see, okay. Probably not the best one to do. Let me see if I could get a better... We'll use that. How about that? I guess this is going to be the best we'll have to use. Actually, you know what? Let me just use this sector. Okay, so very sharp temperature change between northern Texas and, say, Oklahoma. I mean, 67 degrees on one side, 20s on the other side. So very, very sharp temperature difference and gradient difference with temperatures right now, like I said, in the negative territory. Okay, so pretty significant, very significant. But you also want to know what's significant? Let's take a look here. We got some strong winds that are anticipated for my area. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Since the HRRR model is still rendering, we're going to look at the previous model run. Yes, it's still the latest data. Don't freak out. It's as accurate as I can make it. Okay, so you're probably asking, why are you showing California? Because this is going to be the big deal. We got blizzard warnings. We got a lot of action going on here. And the wind is going to be something else. Let's take a look at that. Shall we go into Thursday here? 7 in the morning, winds not a big deal, right? We have winds 10 and 15 miles an hour. Winds are going to be fairly light. Calm before the storm. Because the storm's going to march in and it's going to be fast and it's going to be furious when it comes in. So by 2 in the afternoon, winds not so bad. Unless you're in the higher elevations, that's where you're going to get winds anywhere between 20 and 30 miles an hour. Let me make my mouse a little smaller so you all can see that. So that's what it's going to end up showing on the model, 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. But it's going to be really when this trough re-amplifies, when it gets stronger, all right? But there's also going to be some modification to some of the snow levels right along the coast because you're going to get that sea breeze, the warmer ocean water temperatures that will actually help prevent some sea surface snow in that area. But look at this. The winds are going to be pretty strong, and these are surface winds, by the way. Winds 20 to 30 miles an hour by 10 p.m. on Thursday for much of Northern California. And then look at this. They get stronger, perhaps 30 to near 40 miles an hour, and they just get stronger. Look at this. Getting close to 40 to almost 45 miles an hour by 3 in the morning, and this gets stronger, especially all the way from Modesto into Stockton. We can have sustained winds 40 to almost 50 miles an hour. Sustained winds. Okay, these are not wind gusts. These are sustained. So they're going to be very strong. And then the winds will die down by the time we go into about 8 and 9 in the morning. As soon as the cold front, kind of the more reamplification of that trough rolls through. Let's take a look at those wind gusts, because the winds are going to be very strong. Let's go and take a quick look at this, because gusts, destructive. That's what we're going to put it in as, okay? So for much of the Central Valley, along the coast here, look at these wind gusts between 40 and 50 miles an hour. They're going to get a lot stronger. Look at this. Getting close to 60 miles an hour from Manteca and Oakdale, Stockton 50, Lodi 53. If you are further north into northern Sacramento Valley, between 40 and 50 miles an hour, but that's not it. The winds will continue to get stronger by the time we get into 1 in the morning, and then perhaps by 2 and 3 in the morning. Look at these wind gusts between 60 and 70 miles an hour, perhaps 75 miles an hour across the Escalon area, riverbank in the southern San Joaquin Valley. Really intense wind gusts here. Look at this, 75 here in portions of, that is, what lake is that? That is actually New Hogam Lake. New Hogam, I haven't heard of that. You got Comanche Lake over here to its northwest, and winds are going to be very strong. Very destructive, okay? So, yeah, maybe some power outages. Look at this, 76 mile an hour wind gusts. This is going to be a big deal. All right, so we'll see with what the 0Z model shows. This is the 18Z run, by the way. But once that impulse of energy moves through, winds will really settle down. But it's going to be a little rough one. Let's take a look at the low-level winds. You guys want to see how strong those are going to be? 2,500 foot. Actually, you know what? Let's go to 1,000 feet high. Winds are going to be very strong here with that system. Over the Central Valley, winds tropical storm force at 1,000 feet, possibly going all the way up to 65. But look at this, 2,000 foot level winds, 80 miles an hour, 79 to 80. So really, really strong winds here. So very strong low-level jet going up the valley. Let's take a look at the 2,500 foot to 3,000 foot level winds, 90 miles an hour. So if we get any thunderstorms that do develop within this regime, there's going to be a lot of momentum transfer. We could see some very strong wind gusts, at least over 55 to 60 miles an hour because of that. So really intense storm system here, going to spin its way around our area, and it's going to really cause a lot of problems. I'm just warning you all that right now. If you're a Californian like me, this is going to be for you. Pressure is also going to be really low. Look at this. Pressure falls down to 2947. Very, very low. Probably the lowest low pressure that we have seen so far this season. So a very strong system. In California, by the time we end Thursday and go into Friday. All right. Not only that, you want to see something else? You guys want to see something else that you have not seen yet? Let's take a look at this, okay? This is snow, okay? This is going to be snow for the Central Valley. Look at that blue on your screen. That is Central Valley snow. Okay, and that's really heavy rainfall too. That is really coming down in a good soaking pack, okay? Probably not much going on in the Bay Area, but where a lot of this somewhat modified marine air cannot work its way very well inland, we're going to see snow possibly down to the surface here. So these blue colors indicate moderate to heavy snowfall totals. In fact, if we do take a look at our snowfall amounts, possibly 8 inches of snow in some areas here. 8 inches. That's a lot, okay? If you look at the Kachira, it's not going to apply very well, but the 10-1 ratio, quite a bit here. Possibly a couple of feet of snowfall in the Santa Cruz Mountains, the Diablo Range. Maybe an inch and a half. No, not an inch and a half. Excuse me. Possibly 1 to maybe 2 feet of snowfall. You don't see that very often. That's a lot of snow that's going to be falling. Okay, of course, the Sierra Mountains going to get hit a lot with snowfall. So this is definitely going to happen, I believe, especially on the northern end of the valley. You might see almost a foot of snow up there. Maybe 10 inches, maybe 11 inches. In Redding, Chico, possibly in Yuba City. If you're in winters, could be really nasty there. Okay, let's take a look at our latest winds too on this, because this is going to be the concern here. Looks like winds are not going to be quite as strong, but depending on what model you actually use, well, still in the 30s, gusts still in the 60s, actually probably about as strong. I think that was a little hyped up on the last one. The 18Z went ballistic on the winds, but nevertheless, winds are going to be very strong with this monster as it moves on shore, and the rain amounts going to be quite a bit. In fact, let's take a look at that. Up to an inch. Maybe some areas here, well, a lot of this would be in the form of snow, just depending on where you're at, but quite a bit of QPF amounts of moisture going to be falling. And as far as snowfall goes, let's take a look at that. For the higher elevations, possibly we could see up to 6 feet in some of the highest peaks. Some of the lower elevations might see as much as 3 to 5 feet of snowfall. So that is going to lead to a lot of travel problems. I promise you that right now. There's going to be a lot of problems on roadways. And it is highly recommended that you do not travel because the snow is going to be coming down pretty wicked. All right. So now that we talked about that, we covered California's weather. This is definitely making headlines because of how rare it is to see that. Now, why don't we take a look at the Storm Prediction Center? We are talking about a severe weather outbreak that might be in the making for Sunday into Monday. This is for northern Texas. This is for Oklahoma. This is for southern Kansas. Well, actually, much of Kansas. You're under the 15 to 30%, and that does include for Kansas City, right on the brim there of seeing a severe weather outbreak. So we got to really watch this because as this gets closer, we'll fine-tune the details because this is 5 days out. But when it gets closer, depending on the dynamics, if they hold together, we could be looking at a more substantial high-end severe weather event that takes place. I'm not going to say how big it's going to be, but it's looking like it's going to be a pretty serious one. All right, one that we have probably have not really seen so far this year in the year 2023. All right, so this is going to be the one to really keep an eye on for because that has a lot of dynamics with it. And so that kind of leads us into the GFS. Why are they going serious? Why are they going crazy on their prediction here? Well, when we take a look at the GFS at the 500 millibar level, first of all, let me make my mouse a little bigger here. All right, there we go. Let me blow this up a little bit more so you all can see that just nicely. We're going to use blue, or no, we're actually going to use pink. How about that? So, of course, this is our trough that's going to be impacting California, the one that's going to bring us the snow to the surface, a lot of problems across the area. And then going forward here on the GFS, that same impulse of energy is going to be ejecting into the high plains by Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. The timing is critical here. If this waits until this point, maybe some of the severe weather might be a little bit more modified, more further east, say like central and eastern Oklahoma, maybe more towards like eastern Kansas into northern the DFW area. But if this trough is a little slower, just a little bit, we might see it a little bit more further to the west. So what I mean by that is if this trough is a little slower, so let's just say at 06Z it's here, but at 06Z it is kind of back here a little bit. Then we're going to see more bigger severe weather conditions materialize. Right now, it's looking like a big beast because we got a negatively tilted trough. We got very strong mid-level wind profiles. This, by the way, is 120 knots over Oklahoma and northern Texas. That's some very strong bundled up energy. A lot of divergence. The dynamics are there to support a pretty substantial severe weather risk over the Kansas and Oklahoma and northern Texas regions. If we go and take a look at the 700 millibar level, very strong southwesterly winds here at about 100 knots. So that is definitely going to help to amp up things over the high plains here of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. When we look at the 300 millibar level, it's also negatively tilted. So things are stacking up here of an indication to me that we're going to have a lot of severe weather that sets up here on Sunday. And I'm hoping, and I'm really, really hoping I will go live on this. I've not been able to, with the past events. I'm hoping that's not the case this time because I really want to cover this for you all for a few hours at least. since I got family coming over on Sunday. So we're gonna have to see on how this all pans out. If the trends are gonna go further north, if this is gonna go further south. This is still 5 days away, but yields at least a 30% risk for severe weather for the Texas and the Oklahoma and Kansas region. All right, any questions, anybody? Any questions? But yeah, that's a very, very strong trough there. If we take a look at the instability or the moisture, definitely a lot of moisture, or at least, yeah, right there, definitely dew points in the low to mid 60s. Relative humidity is definitely not a big problem, and total perceptible water definitely out there for severe weather. When you take a look at our Cape, up to right around 1,000 joules per kilogram by Sunday afternoon. So we really got to watch this. We do. Yeah, so that's what we're contending with right now. As far as severe weather, looks pretty significant. I mean, from northern Texas into Oklahoma and southern Kansas, that is the ground zero area that we could see some significant severe weather. I'm in Lansing, Michigan. We got sleet and freezing rain now. Wow, that's crazy, Angelina. What's up, Cody? There has been reported multiple outages from Ann Arbor back down to the Hillsdale, Lawani County, and surrounding areas due to trees falling on power lines with ice on them. Yep, well, that's what the National Weather Service illustrated. You're going to see power outages because of the ice accumulations. And speaking of that, in the Great Lakes, there's going to be a lot of problems. Still more ice to come. We take a look at that. Let's go over to the 0Z run. There's still going to be potentially another 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain in southern Michigan. Again, possibly an additional maybe 1/2 an inch over southern New York. Buffalo area could get quite a bit. Maybe an additional 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch over Detroit, Michigan. So more power outages are expected before this is all said and done. David, can we see any live cameras? Let me see if I can bring any up right now. So let me go over to my radar program. We don't have cameras, stagnant cameras up here to the north. What we do have cameras over here in the Tennessee area where there is that heavy rainfall, but not super significant, but definitely some pretty colors out there. Lansing getting some icy conditions there. What's up, James? With the yin yang profile. I love that. But yeah, that's a look at it. It's so dark there, it's hard to see. But yeah, definitely a lot of pink on your screen. That indicates what? You got sleet and freezing rain. And that just means more power outages. They're just going to keep on coming. In fact, if we look at the power outage map, there is a lot of people without power. There's 310,000 people in Michigan, primarily in southern Michigan, that are without power right now. 310,000 people that are without power. And I bet you these numbers will definitely go up before they go down because there's more ice coming. Illinois, northern portion, you're seeing power outages. 101,000 people without power in total. You go to Wisconsin, not too bad. 19,000 people there without power, especially in the Racine and Conchoa County region there. Right now, a lot of this is taking place in Michigan. That's where we have the most right now without power. Northeastern portion there of Indiana, we got 16,000 people without power. And of course, in California, we got people without power, 63,000 people, thanks to the wind and some issues related to the storm. But really, ground zero right now in Michigan, right without power. And that's all thanks to some serious weather problems. Heavy ice, strong winds, and a very messy situation setting up. And when we go back to Doppler radar, you can really see all that pink on your screen. Are you getting any snow at your house? Yes, I will be getting snow. We are under a winter storm warning, by the way. Due to security purposes, I will not disclose my exact location, but I will tell you right now, in my area, in my county, we are under a winter storm warning. If you don't believe that, this is on my desktop. If I could find it, let's see. Right there, 2 weather alerts. Right there, winter storm warning for my area. And that's what this map actually shows. Winter storm warning for Stockton, Manteca, Modesto, Oakdale, Lodi, Turlock. Yeah, that's a winter storm warning. That's me. That's me. I'm under a winter storm warning. Believe it or not. So, we'll see. If it snows, I'm going live. Well, I will be going live tomorrow night. That is a guarantee. Yeah, probably going to be a lot of streaming on the channel. Because tomorrow night, yeah, we could see gusts over 60 miles an hour. Yeah, over 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Very heavy rainfall, maybe some snow, and yeah, power lines, power flashes and stuff. It is going to be pretty destructive. Very destructive. And this is not the first windstorm that we have had gusts over 60. This is like the 3rd storm system this year. Been a wicked, wicked winter for us. And if you don't believe that, let's see here. "60 mile an hour wind gusts on my Davis." So if you guys can see that, 60 mile an hour wind gusts on January the 7th. That was the all-time high of winds that we had. So, let's see if we beat that. Right now, it looks like we might. Looks like we might. And I really wonder if my station's going to hold up with that kind of wind. So, yes, southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, this is where the majority of the impacts are going. Got sleet and freezing rain. Yes, Alex Miller can exist in 3 different precipitation phases. Albany, Utica, Syracuse, that's where you're seeing freezing rain and sleet. It's snowing up there in Kingston on I-81 in New York, Brookville, Kingston, Belleville, seeing snow. And then, of course, back west here, we're seeing snow in Rapid City, in Sioux Falls, Brookings, Watertown. Yeah, there's a Watertown. Heck with it. In South Dakota on I-29, that's where you're seeing snow. But yeah, all eyes on deck here with this. Gonna see some snow in my area Friday morning. Friday morning snow. Actually, we should say sea level snow. Yeah, most of the power outages are south of Lansing. Yeah, that's this area right here because we have had so much freezing rain, so much sleet, power lines, trees can't take the weight of that ice. And so we are seeing fallen trees. We're seeing some infrastructure damage too. Ann Arbor, that's where you're seeing quite a bit of the pink. It's not Valentine's Day anymore, nature. It's freaking, well, we just got done with President's Day. Heck with it. I mean, this is weird. Weird to say the least. Detroit, though, you're right in the crosshairs of a lot of the pink. Flint, Township, Allendale, Holland, Kalamazoo, you're seeing freezing rain and sleet. Madison, you're seeing in and out of freezing rain and sleet, and maybe some thunder snow perhaps with some of the moisture. Green Bay, you're on the brisk of seeing sleet and snow up there. But this is where it is all shaping up, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty wild. David, will you snowboard or sled? No, we're in the valley. We're flat. I guess I could, but there's no hills. There's no hills. But what it's really going to make interesting of is my driving. I'm hoping to drive tomorrow evening. Okay? Again, I can't drive myself because I have a permit. In California, if you have a permit, you have to have a licensed driver with you in the vehicle. So, no, I'm not going storm chasing. I have some errands to do tomorrow. So, I'm hoping that the storm that we're going to get tomorrow could hold off until after about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Because if it doesn't, I don't know. I don't think my family will want me to drive in that. I guess nature really wants to put me to the test on my driving skills. I guess so. I mean, if it snows, I may have to learn on how to drive in the snow, and I'm not ready for it. I'm not. I mean, this is crazy. You don't see this. Snow at the surface. I mean, look at the blue on your screen. That's blue. Blue, blue, blue. In California. And yeah, if you think that, it's just snow, David, get off of it. But the thing is, it hasn't happened in almost 100, in almost 50 plus years. Because it never happens. Until, I guess, tomorrow night, when it actually happens. Now, that is a very strong system, though. Really intense. That's a lot of snow coming down in the forecast. Just go slow and no sudden braking. Oh, I will make sure I don't. David is a pro driver. Yeah. Try riding with me, Alex Miller. I am excited. I am excited for it. It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. I thought we would not get a storm like this, because the coldest storms typically happen in January. And here we are in almost, well, technically late February, and we're gonna get a storm like this? I mean, like, what the heck? How much snow are you expecting? For my area, between probably about 3 to 6 inches. So the National Weather Service says 10 inches potentially for my area. 10 inches of snowfall. You will make me wear my seatbelt. Oh yeah, will you make me wear my seatbelt? What do you think, Alex? What do you think? What's up, Eldell? How are you doing? Still alive in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Oh boy, you are literally in the worst. You're in the pink, pink, pink. Yeah, you're getting hit pretty stinking hard with freezing rain right now. What's up, Chase McLean? Yeah, you must get snow where you're at, just not very often. Butter Dwag, how are you doing? We had such a mild winter in northern Illinois. It's crazy. Yeah, it has been really warm for you all back there. In fact, if we do take a look at the CDAS, these are basically observed temperatures. You all are right. If you're complaining about it being a mild winter, you're not alone. As we take a look at our temperature anomalies over the last 45 days, this is what they look like. Temperatures have been pretty warm, anywhere between 4 to 7 degrees above normal across the eastern half of the U.S. All right, so we're going back pretty much from early January, very early January. It has been definitely warmer than normal there and much colder back west. If we go back to the 60-day period, this is where it's also been really warm too. 60-day averages, as much as almost 8 degrees above normal in Tennessee and Kentucky and Indiana. Yeah, you have had some blasts of cold air, but in the long-term averages, you haven't really had much of a winter. It's been really warm there. What's up, Diana? How are you doing? Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you. So it's been really warm. The 90-day averages too, pretty significant. The last 3 months, definitely 3 to 5 degrees above normal. There's a day 5 enhanced. I am definitely aware of that. The 14-day temperature anomalies, definitely wicked. Literally 13 to almost 15 degrees above normal. So definitely really warm. What's up, James Miller? David, do you think Oklahoma could see a tornado outbreak in February? Because that's insane. I've lived in Oklahoma my whole life, and our biggest tornado days have always been in April and May. Again, it wouldn't surprise me because of the energy associated with that. If we go right back and look at the GFS, you know what? Let me look at the European. I want to see what their opinion is on that. I would not be surprised if this ends up being a tornado outbreak because we have the ingredients there. We have the wind energy associated with that. It's just a matter of, will it stay in the modeling? That's going to be the question, because this is pretty energetic. This is a very strong, energetic, shortwave perturbation. When you look at the GFS, it's even more significant. I mean, your 537 decameter height line is over western Kansas, with this very strong jet streak over western and central Oklahoma, stretching into northern Texas, that has winds in excess of 100 plus knots in the 18,000 foot level. So there is going to be a lot of energy associated with this. And we can look at the vorticity. Go to vorticity, 500 millibar level. Look at that. That is tightly wound up. So I would not be surprised if they pull a moderate on this, but it's still too far out to call that one. But definitely a severe weather day on Sunday. As far as it looks, it's definitely looking pretty significant at this point. Yes, snow at my house. Yes, it's going to snow here. If you don't believe me, go to the National Weather Service. That's what I'm going to do right now. And yeah, we got winter storm warnings. I mean, there's a lot of pink on your screen here. And if we go over to, let me use a full screen here. So this is what it's showing. This has not been updated, by the way. So if you don't see pink and you see it on the National Weather Service, they'll update that hopefully soon. But look at this, 6 feet of snowfall above 3,000 feet. Yeah, that's through Friday, Tuesday through Friday, 6 feet of snowfall. The wind advisory, Gusts as high as 50, maybe 55, maybe 60 perhaps. So definitely some strong winds. And yes, we're definitely looking at major impacts. Could not be surprising if we see extreme impacts. And then, of course, we're looking at some major impacts with heavy snowfall and some strong winds that are anticipated. But yeah, let me click on, I'm not going to give out my exact location, but yeah, this is what it's showing right now. Actually, let me go further north. See, here it's not showing any snow, but I can definitely believe you all, it's going to snow here. It's just this, you know how their forecast goes. You know, so I'm definitely confident there will be some strong winds and some heavy snowfall. By the way, gusts in my area could be as high as 50 plus miles an hour. So a high-end wind advisory that is anticipated. I mean, like how often? You guys let me know in the chat. Okay? In the chat, I need your guys' honest answers. How often do you see winter storm warnings in Sacramento and around the Bay Area? Please let me know. How often do you see that? I mean, you don't see that very often. I want to hear your guys' opinion. By the way, if you guys like the stream, please hit the like button. Please like the stream. It really means a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. Because yes, going to be busy on my YouTube channel for a while. Exactly, Angelina. Never. Not often at all. I do agree with that. Once every 10 years, I agree, Mason, Fishy. You don't see that very often. Probably once more like every 30 or 40 years. And also blizzard warnings. You don't see those very often in California, too. So we're making some history here. Yeah, I know, right? Blizzard warnings for the mountains there. Yeah, very shortly, my girlfriend's family is from West Sacramento originally, and her parents remembered one accumulating snowfall. Yeah, so it doesn't happen very often. It really doesn't. So we're gonna make some history. I'm gonna try. I'm hoping the internet's not gonna go poop on me, as in it goes out, because I'm going to try to do a live stream on my YouTube channel. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know if I should just use my phone to go live or how this is going to end up being. But I'm going to try to work something out for you all tomorrow evening. I won't be able to do it any earlier than 9 o'clock or even 10 o'clock because I am going to be out on some errands. That's if my family is okay for me to drive. They're comfortable. I'm comfortable driving in this wicked weather. We want to go there to get away from winter. Yeah, I know, and winter has come to you. In the event of power outages, please have your generator outside to reduce the chance of carbon monoxide poisoning. We cannot stress this highly enough. I agree, Cody. There was a Bay Area snow event back in 1976, I heard. Yeah, that's pretty much the last time it actually did snow at the surface. And it could do it again in 2023. So, yeah. But not only that, there's other areas that are under warnings right now. With Winter Storm Olive, that's historic. What's up, Raptor 7? Raptor 7, I don't think you're going to get 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It all depends on how the surface low sets up. Definitely not that strong. The latest HRRR model has backed off on the winds, but still looking at gusts in that general range of, say, probably about maybe 55 to 65 miles an hour. Now, this is the latest HRRR model, still going for 65 miles an hour. Still 65, but of course that's this model run. We'll see what the 06Z shows tonight. But definitely some strong winds nevertheless. 60 will blow a lot down. Has anyone noticed the weather is upside down, breaking all past records since the beginning of recording it? It is very extreme, if that's what you're asking. It is very extreme. Las Vegas Stadium had a wind gust of 82 miles an hour yesterday. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't surprise me if downtown Sacramento does get snow if temperatures go lower than forecast. Michael, have you not seen the latest HRRR model, my guy? Have you not seen the latest HRRR model? You might want to look at that. Because because it has snow over your area. It has snow over your location. I mean, you can't miss it. I mean, it's snowing over your area. 60-mile-an-hour winds are pretty strong, yes. You must like the wind, huh, Raptor? You take after me. You take after me, brother. Yeah. And by the way, in your area, Michael, according to the HRRR model, you could see 10 plus inches of snowfall for your area. Yeah, that's snow at sea level. Southern Sacramento Valley may need to be issued under a winter storm warning if this is true. Michael, we're under winter storm warning already. I don't think you have the latest information. We are under a winter storm warning, pal. We're under a winter storm warning. I mean, yeah. And by the way, if this all comes true, Friday's daytime highs might barely get into the 40s. So not only, we would break a lot of records. First of all, we would break records as far as snowfall goes. We would break some all-time record low daytime high temperatures. Yeah, and it just would be, it's just gonna be wicked on all levels. What's up? What's up? Butthead. Weather's drunk. Yes, I do agree, Butthead. That's your name, by the way, so I feel bad if I just call you Butthead. I don't... You have one of the craziest names on YouTube. Yeah, look at the end of it. There's blue on the map. Yeah, let me go back to that. Sorry. Yeah, let me go back to this. Yeah, there is blue. Yeah, this is the Sacramento Valley, by the way, folks. This is the Sacramento Valley, and that is all blue. It's like we're going up to Lake Tahoe. We're going up to 7,000 feet high to find snow. When in January, in some points, you could not find snow falling below 9,000 feet. And here it is in February, snowing at the surface. What's up, Caden? Dude, I've been trying to contact you on Discord. We've got to catch up on stuff. I don't think I told you this, but I drive. I've got my learner's permit. So, yeah. But yeah, that is a look at it. The storm in motion. Quite a bit of blue on your screen. I mean, look at all of that. Look at how heavy the rain is, by the way, over California. Man, this is crazy. I'm really curious of how cold these temperatures are going to be. Oh my gosh, it's not even going to warm up hardly at all tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow only in the low to mid 40s for our area. That's how warm it only gets tomorrow. And then it drops. It just kind of falls. Man, look at these temperatures. Even during the day in the 30s with some of the storms that roll through. That is so cold. My gosh, that is super cold. During the day, I mean, those temperatures are frigid. And temperature anomalies, let's take a look at those really quick. Yeah, 4 p.m. on Friday, definitely going to be a cold one. Let's take a look at the GFS. Yeah, look at these temperature anomalies, almost 30 degrees below average. 30 degrees below normal. That is pretty substantial. That is wicked. I mean, you got 30s during the day on the GFS model. 30s during the day on the GFS model. And yes, if this pans out, it is snowing up there. It is snowing up there during the day even. I mean, you can't even get temperatures in the 40s. That's just wicked. All right. So we're going to really watch the trends on this. Yeah, Caden, I do want to talk to you after my stream. I do want to talk to you. But yeah, definitely big concerns there for snowfall for the West. What's up, Carly? Hey, Carly, I'm letting you know we might get snow at the surface. It's because the vortex reversed. No, it's because of how strong the upper level disturbance is. I mean, look at this. This is a very strong trough. I mean, really strong. And that goes into Southern California. And then we get another trough coming in for the weekend. I mean, this is crazy. Let's see. David, I have been amazed how consistent the European model has been 5 to 8 days out for sea level snow. Oh yeah, it's been very, very consistent. But yeah, this is the trough that is going to be responsible. That is very deep. That's a 522 decameter low. When we look at the temperatures aloft, at 500 millibars, very cold air. Air is going to be very cold. 850 millibar temperatures, also pretty stinking cold. The trough is due to vortex. Well, it's a type of vortex. Yes, it is. What's up, James, again? I'm in Story County, Iowa, and I'm nervous because trees coated in ice and winds may gust up to 30 overnight here. Oh, yeah. It's pretty... yeah, there's gonna be a lot of power outages. There already is power outages in Iowa, but especially down here and across southern Michigan is where you're seeing the majority of the power outages. But yeah, I definitely want to talk to you tonight, Caden, when we are done here. When I'm done here with my stream. And that won't be too long, probably another 25 or so minutes. I know, it's the polar vortex, Amber, Angel's Truth, yes. Now it's getting windy. I'm near Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan. Let me take a look at the weather station data for your area. You have winds only up to 11 right now. They're not super strong. A little bit of a breeze. But to the north, they're definitely stronger. Maybe you're getting those gusts that are a little more intense. All right, Caden. Yeah, it won't be too long. I just want to touch base with you to see how you're doing and everything. I want to stay connected with you because we're great friends and stuff. Feeling bad for California. I know. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Carly. I missed your question. To answer your... Oh, yeah. Wait. Okay, yeah. Carly's answering Alex's question. Okay. Check my station. Okay, let me check your weather station. In Davenport. I think it's this. It's this one, I believe. No, it's not. Then it must be this one down here. Darn it. Oh, wait, no, you're over here. Never mind. You're Parkview. Yep, Parkview Weather Station by Caden Youngquist. Yeah, 32 degrees right now there. Dang, you have not gotten out of the 30s today. It has just been chilly there. What is up with the huge barometer increase? Jeez, you go from 2943 to 2992. I don't know what that's all about. I do not know what happened there. That is crazy, your station data. Something happened. Oh, by the way, Carly, I am learning to drive. I am learning to drive. I have my learner's permit. And hopefully, when I gain that experience up by next year, maybe if one of these storms comes over my area, we might go storm chasing. I will need a couple of people that live locally nearby to chase with me. I found one already. My station is probably coated in ice. It's bugging. Laughing out loud. Yes, it's acting funny. You got your driver's license. Congratulations, Caden. Awesome. Geez, we are going to get our license almost at the same time. I still have my permit. I'm getting close of getting my full license. But yeah, tracking winter storm Olive right now. Pretty wild. Oh, I wanted to tell you all that some people, especially a couple of my viewers across New York, they have gotten less than an inch of snow. So if we get like 2 inches of snow here where I live, I will be like this. Ha 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 ha, we got more snow than you. Ha 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 ha. I'll literally make fun of New York because New York, downtown New York, got less than an inch of snow. So I will be looking at you guys like, ha ha, you lose. The David Nader Storm Chaser. Yeah. Dominator David Storm Chasing. Yeah, well, again, right when I get my license, I need to make sure I'm comfortable doing it, though. You know, because I cannot have, I mean, I'll have to mount the camera on the dashboard. I'll have to figure out a way to do that, though. It's not going to be easy. Wow, David, it's nice to tease. Zero point 0.4 inches. Well, yeah, less than an inch of snow. So I'll be making fun of New York City and Long Island that ha 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 ha, we got more snow than you. Yeah, I went in the ditch and broke a tire rod last year chasing. But wait, Caden, you got your license. You just got your license. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, you got your license a week ago. So how were you allowed to drive? I mean, that's... And 2 years ago, I took a mud road and got stuck. See, intermediate. So wait, I guess your license requirements are different than in Iowa. Yeah, in California, how it works is first you have to pass the written test. Okay? Actually, no, wait. First, you pass the vision test. So they're going to ask you to cover your, look at the word, letters and stuff with 2 eyes, cover 1 eye or cover this eye. I passed that. And then I had to take the written test. If I pass the written test, you only are allowed to get it in 3 tries. I passed it on the first try. and I was issued a instruction permit. I'm only allowed to have that for a year. Once I pass the behind the wheel driver's test, I get my full license. So how it works is, if you have a permit, you cannot drive by yourself in California. You have to have a certified licensed driver with you. Oh, got my driver's license 56 years ago. What was that noise? What noise, Alex? I didn't hear any noise. Maybe it's all up in your head. By the way, if you guys are liking the content, please show your awesome support at subscribing, supporting the channel, and also, if you haven't donated any money yet, it would be an honor if you do. That would help out a lot, because eventually, again, when I get my full license, we going on out on those roads. Now, I cannot say I'm going to storm chase within 200 miles from where I live. It's probably only going to be within like 20 or 30 miles. But yeah, we're watching this storm pretty stinking closely. And we're watching the temperatures too. I mean, look at this temperature change here. Pretty wicked. Come to Iowa. I could drive to Iowa since I have a car, but I don't think my family would want me to drive that far. Literally, that would be quite the drive. I am not driving to Pennsylvania. No, Alex. I'm not flying either. I am not going to spend 5 days in the car driving. There was an EF4 last year, first week of March. I was like 10 miles from it. Remember that day? I do, Caden. That was crazy. Hi, David. What's up, Preston Castillo? How are you? I have my driver's license and I'm 16 years old, by the way. Awesome. You must be a Californian, I'm guessing. Well, I shouldn't ask that. No, I don't like flying. So, yeah, any questions you guys need to ask me while we're tracking this for a little bit more? Any questions? Oh. Oh, you're in Texas. Yeah, my uncle, I guess, was saying that people in Texas drive more crazier than people in California. And he told me, you do not want to move to Texas, David, because we got idiots over here that drive like they're kids. Hopefully, Preston, you drive really well, though. What happened to the Discord server invite? Well, there have been a lot of problems, okay? And long story short, but I promise you, things are going to get a lot better. Because unfortunately, I don't want to drop the bombshell on this one, I am probably going to leave Discord. I hate bringing that up in the live stream. Discord just doesn't work out for me very well. But I do have another platform that I will be migrating to once we get it up and running. There's a couple of people that are helping me get that started. Once that happens, I will be promoting that instead. Now some of you might be asking, what about your DMs, David? What about this? What about that? I will keep Discord for that. I just won't own a server on Discord itself. So I'm a good driver, David. Well, that's at least what you say. I don't know if you truly are. I haven't seen your driving skills yet. And besides, some of you don't even have Discord. But I can't disclose on what platform I am moving to, though. I've not gone, because I have staff that help me out. We're still setting it up. But once we get it all set up, it's going to be a lot better than Discord. I could promise you that. No weather community has what I'm about to have. But yeah, just if you guys haven't heard that, I am probably going to fade away from Discord. David in Iowa, you are allowed to drive as young as 14. As long as a vehicle is considered a farm vehicle register. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to be 15 and a half in California to get your learner's permit. It's 15 and a half, and then 16 years old, you have a provisional driver's license. And you have to, the lowest age you can get it in California is 16 years old. Watching you from Paradise of Nassau in the Bahamas. 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Beautiful night, little rain. Stay safe, you all. Oh, thanks for tuning in, Charles. Wow, 78 degrees. That's pretty, that's summer. It's already summer over there. Feels like it. Or spring. But any questions, you guys? Any questions about, you know, Discord, weather related, anything? Anything? Is it? Yeah, it's breezy for my area, KORF. Yes, it's breezy and it's 42 degrees here. It's pretty cold at 6:52 at night. Man, I'm actually hungry. Hello, David. Forecast says New Britain, Connecticut will have a 90% chance of snow for next Tuesday. Hopefully it stays that way. Oh, yeah. Snow for that area. I need to actually check the models. There is a winter storm that's going to slam that area. I'm going to see if it actually is still going to happen on the GFS. Yo, yeah, that is very significant. That could actually be a very significant winter storm. If that actually happens on the GFS, not just significant, but that would be a big deal. Wow, that would be a lot of snow. So yeah, we'll have to see on how that pans out. Let me see the European model on that, because that would look really significant. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think you're getting a lot. Oh yeah, you're going to get a lot of snow by early next week. That is a tremendous amounts of snow. And then another storm. Look at this. Low latitude storm right there. Man, the European model wants to spit out some big, nice storms, low latitudes. Oh, I love it. I just love it how nature likes to go crazy. Likes to go berserk. It's crazy. That wind power is fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, David. Did you hear about the cold air advection winds that slammed San Francisco yesterday? Oh, yeah. There was like 75-mile-an-hour wind gusts there. Yeah, I agree with you, Carly. Well, my issues on Discord are a whole lot different. I don't have much of a problem with the platform. But we started a new platform here. We started a new platform. And anything that I show you all, that I promote, keep your mouth quiet, please. Don't share it. Well, you could share it, but hopefully it doesn't get exposed, because this is a platform that the one and only weather community person is going to do is me. I don't know why, Secret Fox, you're saying it's overhyped. I do not know why you're saying that all of us as YouTubers are overhyping this. Come on. I mean, seriously, blizzard warnings? You're calling me and other YouTubers overhyped, when in reality it is actually verifying? I like when when people call me out and say I hype up stuff, when in reality it actually ends up happening like this. What do you want me to do? Not hype it up at all and just say, oh, you're gonna just see like maybe a foot or less of snowfall, when in reality the forecast calls for like 2 or 3 feet of snowfall? I mean, I'm gonna do my job. Okay, I'm gonna do my job. I'm going to extrapolate with what I see on models, and I'm going to give you the information that you need to know. So, if you guys say I'm hyping up, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be like this. Hey everybody, here's a look at the snowfall totals. 6 to 12 inches of snow is expected for the Northern Plains wind. Wait a second, the models are forecasting like 2 feet of snowfall. Exactly, butthead. I do agree with that. It does lead to fatalities. I am trying to keep it more contained. I am definitely not. I'm learning the hard way that overhyping does lead to a lot of fear mongering. It does. I understand that. I'm aware of it. Okay. But when you're dealing with a system from coast to coast, like you see here, there's nothing that I can do to prevent myself from saying, historic. I mean, come on. You kind of think about, like, how is this historic? What are we seeing in California? I mean, you got to think. You got to look at it a little harder. It's overhyped. I'm in the middle of it. It's nothing. Well, Secret Fox, which state do you live in? And then maybe I can tell you why there's nothing. Maybe you're not getting anything right now, but ask yourself, are you under any weather alerts? Because if you are, it's coming, just not right now. And here's the thing, Secret Fox, sometimes the models are not 100% correct. Okay? I am basing off my predictions off of numerical weather prediction guidance. Okay? Ensembles and stuff. I mean, we wish we knew what the weather was going to be like 18 days out, and we got it 100% correct every time. You know, so. Okay, the way you handled that was professional. I appreciate that very much. I'm in Wisconsin. Okay, so you see, you might be up here where it's not snowing very hard. But again, it's maybe the storm has, maybe the moisture, the lifting is not as strong as what we thought. Again, models don't do 100% job. I've learned this the hard way. For all of you that are listening carefully to this, I've learned this the hard way. Yesterday, I was the models, the HRRR model, right, was predicting 28 mile an hour winds for my area. Well, we ended up getting 32 mile an hour winds sustained for a while. So the model, the winds overperformed. Okay. The winds overperformed the HRRR model. Okay. So think of a weather model as your guide on train tracks. It's just giving you a heads up that based on the models, based on the data that we have, it's telling me that this is what I'm going to say. I mean, you can't get every storm correct. It's sad. I feel bad that people do overhype stuff, and it doesn't end up being the case. I mean, what if we have that severe weather on Sunday and it doesn't end up happening? You know, so you have to look at it in a sense that it's numerical guidance, it's numerical codes that produce a forecast. So the forecast here for next week, based on the European model, we got another snowstorm in 10 days. Is it going to happen? Probably not, because it's too far out. We can see that. We will have to wait for more model guidance to tell me when it's time to say, oh, we got another storm coming. We got another big storm. It's going to be really big. It's going to be major. So there's a reason why I hype up stuff for a reason. I don't do it for views. Please understand that. I do not do it for views. I'm doing it because what I see is very significant. I'm not going to ignore an underhyped 3 feet of snow or 2 feet of snow in the Midwest when it doesn't happen very often. You know? So I just want to clear things up in the future. Yeah, some of my thumbnails may be a little over aggressive. Some of them are under aggressive. But it's for a reason. Something is for a reason. I'm not just doing it just because I want to do it. Okay, so I want to make sure you guys all understand that very carefully. Just because, it doesn't look like it's snowing very hard in Minneapolis, in Brooklyn Park or St. Cloud, doesn't mean it's done. You know, maybe it is. Maybe the storm wasn't as bad as what you guys thought. You know, remember, this thing is stretched thin, this storm. It's not like a classic curly-Q storm where it's going to be snowing for hours on end. Yes, you're going to get more snow through 4 in the morning, and that's it. You got to understand, it's been snowing yesterday in Minnesota. Okay, so. Oh, thank you, Raptor. Yeah, I do. Amen on that one. David, I brought you a new viewer, my boyfriend Cameron. What's up, Cameron? What's up? How is California's Central Coast looking? It is looking pretty wicked, actually, for tomorrow. Strong winds. We got some low elevation snow, Carly, by the way. Yes. It's snowing, Carly. You want to make us, if I can talk. You want to make a snowman? I think tomorrow night, or Friday morning will be the best time to do it. Because, yeah, there's going to be snow. If not, very cold rain. Dixie Alley is going to get it bad in March. Yeah, probably early March. Now, word of caution on that. People are already starting this whole hype up group, or this whole hype dipe on, oh, severe weather is going to be bad in March. It's going to be bad in April. I love how you guys actually say that, because you guys were thinking the same thing last spring, when in reality, the worst of the severe weather actually came in right around late April, right around May, if I remember correctly. I mean, I enjoy how people say, oh, this year we're going to have the worst severe weather season possible. I just love how people actually say that and they get it wrong. It just makes me laugh. Yeah. Oh, geez, Carly. Yeah, that's correct, because, oh, geez, there's going to be snow in the valley. And, yeah, if it happens, Carly, I promise you ain't going to school on Friday. Because it's going to be cold. It's going to be very windy. I promise you that. And it's going to be snowing pretty hard. Unless you want to build a snowman. So, yeah. So do you guys understand, right? You guys hear me out on my little testimony about how I forecast, correct? Please, I hope you guys keep that and share it with your family and friends. Because I'm still getting people coming to me saying I'm hyping up stuff. And it's hard to prevent that. So, I mean, you'll find it on everything. I'm not the only one that has hyped this up. Other YouTubers have done it too. All right. Any questions? Any last questions? Any last questions? Oh, thank you, KORF. Ooh, Syracuse. Syracuse. Am I even allowed to use this in my stream, though? I'm sure I'm allowed. How many people are watching this? Okay. I don't think I could, because it's a federal agent. Definitely some snowy runways out there. Wow, pretty wild. Are you going live on Sunday? Fingers crossed that I go live on Sunday. Right now, as what it stands, it doesn't look to be a problem. What's happening on Sunday? Hold on a second. Let me think of what's going on Sunday. So Saturday, okay, Sunday. Sunday looks, shoot. Oh, hold on. It is going to be questionable because I want to go out and drive. I'm gonna my family's taking me out driving on Sunday. It's just a matter of when I do it on Sunday. That's going to be the question. My schedule, folks, is like this. It's really, really unstable. Extremely unstable. Tomorrow looks to be much better shape tomorrow night for me to stream. Alex Miller, please stop asking that. Stop. Seriously. You know I don't have a date on Sunday. Well, I'll see you later. Thank you, Cameron. Make sure you subscribe, okay? And share this with their family and friends. Because yes, if I do go live tomorrow night, it's going to be on California's weather. Tornadoes in Oklahoma. There's definitely a big chance of tornadoes on Sunday in Oklahoma, primarily across, if I bring up the severe weather outlook, primarily across central and western Oklahoma. Has the best chance. Why is this not even working? That is weird. This is not even working. No data found. Interesting. It's very weird. I'm not able to pop it up, but it is in the Oklahoma, Kansas, and northern Texas area. So this is where we're going to see the severest weather. Show Lake Ontario. Okay, I'll show Lake Ontario. But yeah, quick update on that. Yeah, severe weather definitely expected for western Oklahoma. Tornadoes, some of them could be significant. We just got to watch models closely as that gets closer. Yeah, here's a look at the winter weather radar, and yeah. Lake Ontario and Lake Erie, it is nasty. It is snowing pretty good. Actually, Watertown right now, that I could bring up as far as a camera goes. And yeah, it's snowing there. It's snowing pretty good. Yeah, Sunday looks to be pretty significant. But we just have to wait and see on the timing of that trough and how my schedule ends up being. Because there's a lot on my mind, folks. Yes, you guys are much more important than you might think. All right, but I have family. My grandpa's coming back home tomorrow from the hospital. He's been away for like 4.5 months. Really shouldn't talk about that in the stream, but just some family updates. He's coming home tomorrow, so I have my hands full on that. And then Sunday, my aunt is going to be here, and she may want to take me out driving. And then next week is all packed and loaded with a lot of family coming out. So I just have a lot going on. This is one of those hard portions of my life that I'm dealing with. But I'm trying my best to live stream as much as I can. Okay. So, yeah. David, remember when we saw the guy wearing shorts on this camera? I do remember that. Boy, you have a good brain, Alex. You can remember very good. You're very welcome, Marcus Mustard. I love your last name, by the way. Mustard. Weather team says. David, what would you do if California ever got a tornado outbreak? Probably go chase it. Because now that I have my learner's permit, I will be able, when I get my full license, I'll be able to do like mini storm chasing. Like if there's like a low top storm around or something, I may get a little close to it and kind of check it out. Hey, that's good, David. I hope he's doing better now. He is doing better, Carly. Finally, almost 4 months away from home, he is going to be able to come home. Unfortunately, his right side is still paralyzed. His right arm is still not moving. His right leg is. But at least we're glad to have him back home. But that doesn't mean that, oh, just because he's back at home, I'm not as busy. No, I am going to have my hands full. David, wouldn't you be scared of the thunder and lightning? I'm in a car. I'm fine. I'm fine, Candy. You're scared of the thunder and lightning, I'm sure. Arizona had a tornado outbreak back in October of 2010. I do remember that. Oh, wait, no, I don't. Gosh, no, I don't, because I was much younger. I wasn't really I was paying attention to the weather a little bit, but not like I do now. Man, I'm not trying to sneeze. So, I am getting hungry. My stomach is making some noises, which means gotta get some food. All right. I think that's gonna do with the questions. Save tomorrow night, folks. Probably after about 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow night. I am hoping to be live for at least a few hours. I'm not gonna stream all night. If you guys think I am, I probably won't end up doing that. Because if my internet goes out, then the stream goes out. What do you know? So I'm probably only going to do maybe 1 or 2 hours, maybe a 3-hour stream on our wicked wild weather going on. But I will make sure I do get some video footage of the snow, and I will post it on Twitter. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, be sure to do that. That's where you can get the latest updates from me if there's snow in my area. Okay. Good job with the sound and video. Nice lighting, sir. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that, Marcus. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get a lot better. We're gonna grow this channel and we're gonna make it much funner and enjoyable. All right. I'm the only dude outside during a high wind warning. Me too, Raptor. Don't forget about me. I'm the one outside too. I was the one that, remember the footage that I showed you all? Maybe Raptor was not here at the time. I was out there in the snow, in the wind, seeing power flashes. Hey Raptor, one important question, if you don't mind, then I'll end the stream. Because again, I'm looking for people that I may want to weather chase with. Weather chase. We'll just say weather chase. Weather storm chase, however you want to put it. I'm looking for people that are at least over 18 years old. You sound like you are really interested. You like the wind. We have the same side of weather, same flavor. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? I should never ask that on a stream. Do I rarely ask this? Because I cannot ever take minors. I cannot do that. I can get in trouble. And so I want to make sure I don't get in trouble. So that's why I ask. Yeah, I'm 30. Oh, good. You qualify. You qualify. So, Raptor7, do you have Discord or Facebook at all? Do you have any of those platforms? I shouldn't really say Discord because I'm fading. Well, actually, you could add me on Discord because I'll use it just for DMs, direct messages, and stuff. I like that ending, Marcus. Mr. Alex, I'll see you in the next one. That's how I end my videos. I have YouTube too. Laughing Out Loud, Raptor 7. But Raptor 7, oh no, not yet. Well, communication with me, Raptor 7 is critical. You could email me at weathermandavid1115@gmail.com until you get Facebook or Discord. Because, you know, you like the wind. You like being out there in the wind and stuff. So us two, we would match really easily. I do shorts about storms in Sacramento. All right, let me see if I can add you. I want to subscribe, actually. And then I'll call it a night here. I just subscribed. You have some pretty good content, actually. Make sure you're active on it, though. Yeah, you don't look very active, so make sure you're active in it. You keep your channel alive. I can see it being alive. So, yeah. All right. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, just keep in contact with me if you can, Raptor, on YouTube, otherwise, or on my Gmail at weathermandavid1115@gmail.com. Yep, and that time for dinner. All right, you guys, I am going to head off. If you guys have any more questions, concerns, just send them to me in Discord and DMs, and I will try to respond to those as quickly as I can. Again, save tomorrow as for a live stream. I am planning to do one tomorrow on our storm system here in California, as it's going to be a monster. It's going to be a beast of one. And then Sunday is still a question mark, depending on my schedule and everything. But that is going to sum it up for tonight's live stream with David Schlotthauer. I hope you guys enjoyed this, because if you did, you might want to hit the subscribe button right now for latest videos, live streams, and more on the channel, because it's coming. We're going to make this a good severe weather season here on YouTube, which starts on March 1st and runs through June 1st. Hope to see you all then. All right, but until next time, peace!